Hello everybody, we're here at RemoteCon with yet another very interesting product demo on remote work tools. Here with us now we have Klaus, a conversation review and Q&A for support, a platform for conversation review and Q&A for support teams. They wish to bring a fresh approach to the improvement of customer service quality. Klaus is a conversation review tool that improves customer service quality by making internal feedback easy and systematic. It also integrates with your help desk. It saves time on fumbling around with spreadsheets and coming up with review systems, and is good for improving the quality of answers and onboarding new agents. The founders are based in Estonia. They're two guys who've been friends since high school, Martin Koiva and Kair Kasper. They are aiming at having no bad conversation between companies and their customers. That's a good goal to have. They raised $1.9 million last year in seed funding, led by Creadium, first Baltic investment by Swedish VC. For our demo here today, we have Chris Jewett, Customer Success Manager at Klaus. Hello, Chris. Very nice to have you here.
Great to be here.
Your website says something like, software built with love by actual support folks. So should we assume that you're actually professionals turned into product builders?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Some people from the company used to work at a CRM company called Pipedrive, including the founders, myself, and a few other people. We all worked in the support department where we were doing QA and conversation reviews with a spreadsheet. And as we grew from 10 agents to 60 agents, that became really unmanageable, very difficult to do with an Excel spreadsheet. So Klaus was built out of that frustration and wanting to have an easy, simple to use tool to communicate and leave feedback.
Those are always the best products to build, actually. Can you take us a bit through the platform and tell us how it works?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. I will just share my screen. So as I just mentioned, what we were trying to do is to create a tool which is incredibly simple to get started with and to use on a daily basis. So the setup of Klaus is very fast. It's 4 easy steps, which we will help you with. We do full onboarding and training with all of our customers. But I won't go through the setup today. We'll look at the day-to-day use of the product. So Klaus is separated into 4 sections. There is a dashboard where you can look at your team and agent performance. There's the conversations view where you can leave feedback for your agents. There's an inbox for your agents to consult their feedback, and an outbox so that the reviewers can see the answers and the feedback that they've left. So the first thing we'll look at is the conversations view, which is where you can leave feedback for your agents if you have that role and that permission. So what you see in this view is you see a list of all of your help desk tickets, which we bring in the background via API. We're constantly bringing in new tickets and new responses, so you don't have to worry about that. And this is Zendesk, but it looks the same for all platforms. And you might have thousands of tickets here. So we have a robust filtering system, which you can use to filter out tickets by any help desk field that you have, a standard field, custom field, or a tag, to find exactly what you want to grade. Because people who already do this with Excel or whatever will probably agree with me when I say that a lot of the time you spend is actually finding the right tickets to grade, tickets which aren't too simple, tickets which are a little bit more complex. Mm-hmm. So you can create public and private filters, and you create them once, and then you can just go to click to see what you want to see, like long conversations or highlighted tickets or unreviewed tickets. And then you have the results here. You can refine the search further by choosing newest, oldest, or random. You can choose how many tickets you want to see, and also set yourself a daily, weekly, or monthly goal. And it prompts you to do that. So I have 48 left to do to hit my goal. So I can click there to get 48. But I actually just want to see 10 today. And you can also zoom in on one specific agent as well if you wish. So within seconds, you can go from 10,000 tickets to 10 randomized tickets based on the filter you selected. So once you've found the tickets you want to grade, you can click on one. You see some context from your help desk here, like the tags and the original ID, the satisfaction score left by the customer. And then you can either grade the whole conversation and attribute the rating to this assigned agent from your help desk, or you can review specific messages in the conversation. So you can just click on one message to review just that message, just that agent. But this one, we're just going to review the whole thing. and we're going to give the score and the comments to Andreas. And here on the right, you have a fully customizable scorecard. So you can create a scorecard with different groups and different categories underneath. So I have security, for example, and I read the ticket and give a thumbs up or thumbs down for compliance, GDPR, grammar, tone. And what that does is it calculates a score out of 100%. So you can add your own categories. You can add weights as well. So some categories can be worth more than others, and some categories can be auto fail. So that if you get a thumbs down on that one, it will give the whole ticket 0%. What you see here as well is the default rating system, which is thumbs up, thumbs down. But you can also use a 3-point system, 4 points, or 5 points if you want some more flexibility. So you leave your scores. You can add your comments. You can add customized tags. So you might want to say, let's discuss this in our one-on-one. You might see this issue coming up all the time. So let's tag it with that. And you can report on those tags, and you can pull up all those tag tickets later as well using the filters. And you can also mention other users. If you want to bring somebody else into this conversation, you can mention a user to give them a notification. So once you've given your scores and your comments, you submit that review. It will calculate a score out of 100%, and it will submit the review to the agent in question. The agent will receive a notification by Slack or by email, and they can log in anytime to their own received reviews inbox, where they can see everything they've received, all the feedback they've received. They can click on a ticket. They can see the conversation. They can see the scores that were left for each category and overall. As you can see here, they can see the comments, and they can reply to the reviewer as well, which I think is very important. So they can ask questions, ask for coaching, ask for a training, even dispute the review. And you can have a back and forth with your agents inside of the platform instead of having conversations going on in different places. You also see a given reviews outbox. So reviewers can see everything that they've given and the responses from agents. And then the last part is the dashboard, where you can see either your team's performance, what your agents have received, or what your reviewers have given for calibration. But for now, we'll look at received. So you can look at a certain time period, specific teams of users. You can report by hashtags. You can look at all agents or just one agent or a group of agents that you choose. And what you see is an overall overview of your team's performance. So the internal quality score, which is, that big number that comes out of this, the sample size and how that has fluctuated over time. You'll see a list of all of your agents and how they performed in each area and how they performed overall. And you can click to see best performers, worst performers, and best performers, worst performers in each area to sort your agents into the right trainings and coachings that they need. You can see how your agent has performed overall over time. So you can see here my scores per week, per month, or per quarter. You can see what the agent has scored overall and during that period. And you can also plot that on a graph, compare agents together, or just look at one and their progress over time.
Speaking of dashboard and everything that comes with it, and all the indicators and numbers, what are the, let's say, KPIs that using Klaus would improve on a customer support team? What are the main indicators you look at?
Yeah, the most obvious one is the customer satisfaction score. So our case studies show that all of our customers see an increase in customer satisfaction because they are constantly coaching their agents, pointing out what they could do better, what they're doing well, and generally that increases the quality of the support that you are providing. Mm-hmm. And you're doing that on your own terms as well. Other things you will see is faster response time. You will see quicker response times between messages because it allows you to ramp up onboarding for new agents because you can constantly be giving them feedback throughout the days and weeks. And you are constantly coaching your whole team, so their knowledge will increase. Mm-hmm. So those are the two main things that we see.
And in the context of the situation we have nowadays, like worldwide remote working and remote teams, your product is very much suited for that as well. How, let's say, how much better do you think people can can do by using your product rather than any other situation of working, let's say, even hybrid?
Well, what this allows is you can do this asynchronously. So in a normal situation where you are providing feedback using a spreadsheet, sometimes you might share the scores and the comments with agents during a one-on-one, and it's kind of hard to get the scores to them. What Klaus allows you to do is give continuous feedback, and agents can log in at any time to receive that feedback. It doesn't have to be at the same time that you're online, or you don't have to meet. They can constantly be looking every day or every week, and they're notified of the feedback as well. So it really helps with cohesion, especially if you have multiple locations. We see a lot of customers that have agents all over the world. And what that allows them to do is bring their QA together into one system and monitor all the teams and all the locations.
You've been working, you said, like with the teams from all over the world, getting information all in one place. But maybe there are more and more companies switching to remote and to distributed teams. Are there maybe any features that may have appeared or requested in the past few months because of all this transition?
Good question. I'm not sure if any features have been specifically requested because of this situation, but we've been asked a lot about process because we are a remote first company, which I think we'll talk about in a little bit. So we've been able to help our customers to understand better how to communicate, how to leave feedback virtually, and how to communicate virtually as well.
So speaking of remote first company, what would you say are your key learnings and kind of from having a remote first company, and maybe your your biggest challenges?
It's all about communication, I think. So remote first, if you don't know, it means that we have an office in Estonia where we have about half the team, and then we have people distributed across Europe. So I'm in Portugal, for example. We have people in Spain, in Georgia, Switzerland. So what we've had to do is learn from early on to communicate well. So even if the people in the office, everyone in the office has to act as if they're remote as well. So for example, in every meeting, we all wear the same headset. We all have our cameras on. Even if people are sat next to each other in the office, we attend meetings as individuals. So that was definitely something that was important to learn. Also communicating through Slack and email. How do we do that? Because you can't just go over to somebody and chat with them. And the people who can do that, they need to be careful they're not having conversations, with each other in person, which the online people don't see. And then weeks later say, oh, we discussed that. And the online people say, no, we didn't, because we didn't see it, So there's a lot of things, if you're coming from a traditional office background or from a completely remote background, you have to get in the middle and make sure that everybody's buying into the idea.
So basically this knowledge of gathering information and kind of putting it all in one place. I think you did that with your online community as well for Klaus. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so the community, we have this community called Quality Tribe, which you'll see here, which basically you can join. It's not just for Klaus customers. A lot of people are customers, but it's a place where you can discuss QA, conversation reviews, and customer support quality in general. So we have a lot of people there, a lot of leaders as well in there that are asking questions, a lot of interesting discussions and articles being posted. We wanted to basically bring support people into one place to talk about one specific thing, which is support quality.
And one more thing before we close this session. How do you think the remote work environment is going to evolve, and what role do you see your company having in it?
The way I think it's going to evolve is that there's a difference between working from home and working remotely. Working remotely means you have a specific skill set and you are functioning properly as a company. Working from home, companies might not have those skills, and they've had a lot of challenges in the last months during this crisis. So what I think will happen, hopefully, is that a lot of companies will want to be more versed and learn a lot more about how to work remotely and how to communicate. It will also probably change the tools that we're using, because you'll want to use tools which are very much geared towards remote teams as well. And that's how I think things will change. And people will just become more adapted to it. Before people said, they would hate to work at home, but I know a lot of people that love it if it's done right, you know.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, exactly. When I moved to remote, I was thinking, I'm just so glad I don't have to cram myself onto the metro every day, onto a bus every day. I can do that when I want to go to a co-working space.
Well, thank you very much, Chris, for joining us. Thank you all for watching. And for more details on Klaus, please check out the website and the conference for more information. Thank you.